Welcome back, Smooth As fam. This is another episode on the GR Yaris. Today is the day we are completely ceramic coating the exterior, getting the windows tinted. It's what we do, it's what we specialize in, so it's going to be a great episode. We aren't going to be coating the wheels because these wheels are going to be changed fairly soonish, and the calipers are going to be painted, so we're not doing that. So yeah, just the body, the door jambs, the headlights, tail lights like we normally do on our packages. Get it all protected, the carbon roof, and yeah, get the windows tinted. Also, we're doing 20 at the front, 35 at the back, so it should match them up to make it look pretty even, as the back has already like privacy tint or privacy glass. So yeah, should be a good day. So a bit of info for the GR owners. The distance to empty tank gauge currently says 261. When I filled it up, it said 399. When I got the car, it said 399. So I haven't seen it go over 400. So I was thinking, shit, 400 to a tank, not that crash hot. But the first tank I did 480, and that's with a fair bit of spirited P-plate driving. Currently I've done 169 to this tank, plus the 260 that it's showing. What's that? 360, 420, 430. So you definitely get more than what it shows. Whether or not that's going to go up the more times I put fuel, or if it just needs some sort of update from Toyota, I don't know. But don't rely on that, because it gets more than what it shows. Fuel light, I noticed, came on when it said 20 kilometers left, and it was pretty low in the fuel gauge. So keep that in mind as well. I can't remember how much I put in compared to how much was left, so I'll let you know next time. But yeah, just a little tip for GR owners and future GR owners. I've just sprayed the whole car down with a iron remover, and what this does is any fine little particles that get stuck and embedded to the paint's clear coat, it basically lifts them up, breaks them down, so then you can gurney it off and have that nice smooth finish. So we're pretty much decontaminating the paint, so then we get the best application of ceramic coating. So when you look closely, when it turns purple, it's activating and it's removing all these little particles off the paint. So if we go around the whole car where we sprayed, you'll find that mainly it's the lower half of the vehicle. When you come to the top half, it's not as much. The bonnet's pretty good because that was wrapped. So you mainly find it usually around the rear end where the exhaust is, and that's where all this crap comes out of it. Look at that. So now it's been on there for a few minutes. It's broke down everything. Rob can now high pressure rinse it all off. Then we can get it ready to wash. Now let me get back out of here. The iron remover generally removes 70 to 80% of your particles stuck to the paint. So for the harder stuff that doesn't come off with that, that's when you have to go to a clay bar. Basically you want that paintwork flat, smooth as possible with nothing stuck to it, so that the ceramic coating or the PPF wrap has the best adhesion. Adherence. adhesion. You want it to stick really good. So now we're snow foaming it. This will soften any missed parts, any debris that wasn't rinsed off properly will now get another rinse, and then it is safe to put a wash mitt or a microfiber cloth to the paint. So it's been decontaminated, it's been foamed, it's been hand washed with 2 new microfiber cloths. Now, fresh drying towel, dry it up. Alright, so what have we got?
Alright, so we've got water spotting all along here. So this is the part that wasn't wrapped, it never had plastic on it. And this is obviously our plastic, so we've got to work out what combination is going to work first. So we're just going to try like a soft pad with a real fine polish. But normally we'd buff this, but because it's Philip's car, we don't have to. So we're going to try that first. If it leaves mirroring marks, then we'll go a little bit softer again and see what happens.
So you can see the difference. This was wrapped from factory on delivery, or clear wrapped or white wrapped, whatever you want to call it, so it's got no marks on it. Then when we come down to where it hasn't been wrapped and it's been exposed to the elements, see all of that. So we're going to get this again looking like that. So far upon inspection, the rest of the paint looks perfect. The 2 times that we've washed it, we've taken extreme care and all precaution, and it just looks fantastic. Now, looks like that we're not going to have to buff anything else. You can see the mirrors, perfect. Paintwork, no swirls, not faded, no oxidization. We've heard of a couple of white Yarises already that have come sort of oxidized. But here we can see it's perfect. So got really lucky with this one. We do a lot of new cars and it's a 50-50 hit. Sometimes you got to buff them, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they got a little knick-knack here and there. It's hit and miss. But got really lucky with this one. All we have to do is decontaminate it, touch up a few spots, we're good to go. Now while Rob is correcting that rear end, we're just going around with the air blower and pretty much getting rid of any water in all the nooks and crannies here, so it doesn't affect our coating and we don't have drips and all sorts of things. Alright, how did we go with that pass?
That was good. So sometimes when you use that combination, you'll still get some mirroring marks. We'll take water spots and everything else out, but it leaves mirroring marks. This hasn't, so that's pretty good. It means that it's quite tough, and it's going to be sort of harder to mark than most plastics, which is good.
Beautiful. Alright, so after its minor touch-ups and a complete inspection, we're happy with the paint's finish. We can move on to wiping the whole car down with some alcohol, some IPA, and then it will be ready for its coating. honeycomb grills, mate. They look good. Absolutely smashes your fingers. Takes the most time, but gotta do what you gotta do. Now the car is all pre-cleaned and ready for coating. At this point, generally, I'll be taking the wheels off and coating them, but as we said, we're not coating the wheels on this because we're going to be changing them. So we've gone straight to the step of now coating the glass.
Yep. So we've got a coating that's specific for glass. Has ceramic properties in it. It works good with friction from the wiper arms, or wiper blades I should say. So we have had some coatings in the past where they don't last as long because of friction, but this is specifically for that.
Then you'll find sometimes with other ceramics that it reacts with the glass and it goes foggy, and that's all sorts of mess. So we found this one so far to work the best, longevity wise, beading wise, and ease of application. So we do all the glass with this, and then we'll go start on the paint. So Rob, there's lots of people saying you can't coat the roofs. Now, to a degree, it just depends on what coating you're using. Some coatings don't work well with what we see here, which is vinyl wrap. Our coating in particular works fine on it, but obviously the best way is to just do a test patch somewhere that you don't really see how it reacts. Some might leave a slight sheen to it, some might leave a natural sheen. It just depends on what coating you're using. But either way, it can be coated. It will protect it. Obviously it'll be more porous than the rest of the paint work because there's no clear on it or whatever you may call it, but it can be done. Can be and will be, yeah?
100%. And there's heaps of PPF coatings out there, which will probably work fine because at the end of the day it's a wrap. But yeah, just make sure we always do a test first.
Yeah. So we'll do a few test patches now just to obviously make sure. And if you look real closely in lighting,
there is a bit of a sheen to it.
Slight sheen. I can't get the focus,
yeah,
but so it's going to be very hard to capture on camera, but where it hasn't been coated here, it almost looks not faded, but it just doesn't look consistent in the finish. And then where it has been coated, we've got a nice consistent finish, and it actually makes the carbon pattern come out a bit more. But again, you just can't pick it up on camera, it's something you just got to see with the naked eye.
You see mirroring mark.
Okay, so the roof is completely coated. Overall, slightly more sheen, but barely noticeable. Applied on fine, came off fine. Very happy with the results of that. Now Rob is coating all the rear end.
Nice and thick.
Nice and thick. So we're going to double coat all the areas that get a lot of road grime. So this lower halves of the doors and these rear guards, and probably do all the front end as well, just to help it a little bit with stone chips and road debris. Now, if you want to stop chips in the paint, ceramic coating will help a little bit, but it's not bulletproof. If you're doing a lot of highway driving or behind a lot of cars all the time, we'd recommend some PPF wrap. But yes, it does help. Alright, so for those that don't know what ceramic coating is or don't have much of an idea, just give us a quick breakdown. What's
so we're not going to get technical. We're not going to start talking about what products are in it, blah, blah, blah. So basically, ceramic coating is a protective coating that goes on top of your paint or any surfaces on the car. And what it mainly protects the car from is UV damage, so like fading and sun damage and all that stuff. It has a chemical resistant rating, so if chemicals are spilt on the car, it's going to help protect it. It's not bulletproof, but it will help protect it. You know, like all your bird droppings and bat droppings and stuff like that, like bats and stuff like that, they will eat a lot of fruit and has a lot of acids and that, so that pretty much will eat into your clear coat pretty much straight away. On a hot day, it's going to start eating quickly. With the coating, it's protecting it from that. With the chemical resistant rating and all that type of stuff, it's going to stop that from damaging your clear coat. Sometimes it can etch into the coating itself, which can be easily removed. Then, you know, some people say it's stops scratches. Look, it has a scratch resistant rating in it, so it is going to reduce the chance of your car scratching or mirroring. But once again, it's not bulletproof. Because it builds up a protective layer and a slickness and whatnot, and obviously the more slick something is, then the less chance it's gonna, when it hits the paint in an angle, it's gonna grab, it's actually gonna slide off. So it will reduce it. And if a paint does get scratched, because of that protective layer, a lot of times, you know, it might just mark the coating, or it's gone through the coating, mark the clear, but not as much as if there was no coating on there. Other benefits, there is a flame resistant or heat resistant rating on it, and then coating compared to wax, wax is a short-term thing, hasn't got scratch resistant rating, chemical resistant very minimal, and then with waxes it has a melting point of what was it, Phil? 80 something?
Yeah, 86 or 92 or something.
As a ceramic coating won't. Cut. So yeah, so that's some of the things that it protects from, and then obviously you've got your hydrophobic effect. So you know, water and stuff like that's not going to sit on the paint. If you were to, you know, go through mud and dirt, it's not just going to sit on your paint and stay there. It's going to run off. It's going to lower maintenance, as in cleaning time. So it's a lot easier to wash the car, a lot easier to dry the car, a lot easier to, you know, gurney dirt off the car. If you know, we've had a lot of people that don't know much about coating, but been recommended from one of their friends that we've coated their car that, oh look, ceramic coat the car, it's great. They don't know much about it, they're only doing it because they've been told to do it. You know, and they're normally a little bit skeptical about it until they give the car the first wash themselves, and then they're really like, wow, like it was so much easier for me to clean my car and, you know, and dry the car, and it looks so good. So, you know, there's some of the benefits. It's going to reduce a lot of that time, and then obviously, you know, the coating builds up a lot of gloss, so it gives your car more gloss. It makes it look like there's more depth and more clarity in the paint. So there's a massive list of benefits. But basically, at the end of the day, if you're keeping a car long term, coating is a good option because it's going to help you maintain the car easier. And with those protections and whatnot, you know, in 3-4 years time, 5 years time, the car's going to look a lot better than what it did if it wasn't protected. Another thing too, you know, you should consider is that, you know, if you're only keeping a car for less than a year, well then maybe ceramic coating is not for you. You know, it's not worth spending that money. Maybe there's other options to make a car look good for a short period of time. But if it's a long-term thing, then definitely ceramic coating is the way to go.
go flat soon, so we're gonna talk quick.
Okay.
Part of the standard package on all our ceramic coating packages is coating of the door jambs, as you can see.
Why? Just because.
Just because. Nah, when you wash the car or when you drive through the rain, you don't want water sitting in there. You want it to remain clean, makes the car look and feel clean. And new.
It'll be easier to wipe off the rubber marks from the bottom of your shoe.
Yeah, if you scuff it.
Yeah, when you normally get out, you scuff them here. You still got to be cautious because obviously where the paint is on this curve here, it's quite thin. So you're still gonna, if you got rocks on the bottom of your shoes, it's still gonna scratch it. It's gonna help it, yes, but it's not gonna be bulletproof. But you still have to be careful. But this is gonna make it look so much better. And once again, like Phil said, easy to maintain.
That's it. And generally, most manufacturers, the door jambs are painted a lot thinner compared to the rest of the paint, because it doesn't see UV rays. It's not out in the light all the time. So it's good to just put that bit of protection. Now, even though it's my own car, still got to get the tick of approval. So once we ceramic coat a car and we approve of it, it joins the Smooth As family and gets this little guy in the door jamb with its other stickers. So if you ever buy a car with that sticker, you'll know we've treated it. Just contact us and we'll tell you what's been done to it. And yeah. It's all coated, it's got to stay out of the weather for 12 hours and we can't wash it for another 5-6 days, so the paint can attach itself to the coating, it can cure, it can harden, and then you can go nuts. So during the curing process and the hardening process, it glossifies more, it hardens more, so we find a lot of the times from the day we coat it to say 3-4 days later, it's a lot more glossy, a lot more depth in the paint. So now it will stay here and cure because we have some bad weather here in Sydney forecasted. So just to recap, all the glass coated inside the boot jamb and the door jambs, all the body, carbon roof, all these molds and trims all coated, mirrors, headlights, tail lights, every individual part of the grille, all the honeycomb, all individually coated and all of that. Pretty much everything you can see and touch. And that's just a part of our standard base package that we do on every car. We've got new wheels coming and those calipers are going to get painted, so we've left them for now. Exhaust tips have been coated, inside the fuel filler cap, everything. Plates off, coated behind it, plates back on. So it's looking superb. So now when we go to the track, it gets filthy, it gets dirty. Quick wash, good as gold.
This is how we ceramic coat a car. Hope you've enjoyed it. Many ways to do things, but this is the way we do it. So make sure you like it and press the subscribe button. Next we'll be doing wheels, calipers and guard linings.
Windows are tinted, so we have the ceramic tint, 20% on the front, with I think matching 35% on the back. So it looks fabulous. Because that light is behind that door, it looks a bit lighter than it actually is. It is a little bit darker than that. And good thing that we noticed is that there is also, if you can see, there is an antenna also in this glass, which might be for maybe the digital radio or one of the radio bits, because you've got obviously the standard antenna over there. So with the ceramic tint, it doesn't interfere with the radio reception, whereas normal metallic tint you sometimes have issues. So yeah, lucky went the ceramic tint. So overall now, not too dark that it's going to cause issues. It's hard to tell here with the lighting. So when you look through the light, it still looks good. Happy days. Look how good the window tint looks. Robert, happy birthday for the other day, mate.
Thanks, mate.
I got some parts for the Yaris.
Thank you very much. What have we got for the Yaris? Oh, young boy stuff.
Bellezza.
Oh yeah.
So it just sticks on double-sided tape at the back. It's not real carbon, it's just plastic with the overlay put on it.
Are you gonna ceramic coat it?
Yeah, more than likely.
It's a big job.
Oh man, this will take forever just to fill.
Use the blade. You gotta use the blade.
No, I can do it. I can get my nail in there.
Use it. Okay, so this is the first piece to the puzzle. Bring it in, sister.
Now, I probably should have test fit first, but
Looks good.
we're committed now. Ah, that's spot on.
Ugh, look at your sunburn.
It's pretty bad, eh?
You want with alcohol?
I sure did.
Oh, good on you, Griff.
That's one done. Alright, cut it, bro.
What?
They should have made one of these panels for here.
So it all matches.
That's how it's gonna look.
Oh.
Yeah, I swear. Good one. So I can cut it out. So this is how it's gonna look once it's on.
That looks so good. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's nice. You did it. You should have, but.
You said that you want to get dirty.
Nah, I didn't want to get it full of mud, but I didn't mind driving it. Nah, we know what I mean. Like,
You know too, Phil, when your handbrake's up, we're only rev to 4 grand. Then you drop the handbrake.
yeah. I could have told you that. Not really happy with this, man, because it overhangs a bit. Let me close the door, see if it doesn't hit. Yeah, not really happy about that. Other than that,
You like it?
yeah. Alright. Final piece of the puzzle. Hopefully it sticks because I've coated it.
Look, it looks good.
Maybe I should put some tape to hold it in place for a bit.
It does look good, but because I'm head button 40, I like the naturality.
Can you get me masking tape?
Yeah.
Plus?
It's a hard life being old, hey.
Not old. I wake up with less pain than you little kids.
Just for safety measures. Just gonna put some tape. Just to hold it down and get a good stick. There. Maybe one here. This blue tape won't leave any residue, so we're alright.
Nice.
Now, jump around to that side so we can complain about what we don't like. So what we don't like is that it's got it on each end, and it's got the middle bit, but it hasn't got a matching piece for here. to follow the continuity. There's nothing. It's well, the price you paid a little bit silly, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
What do you reckon about a 20-inch light bulb? That fills all in this space behind there. I reckon that would look cool. And then if you could get little LEDs inside there. Yeah, but that covers the that will block the air vent into the airbox. No, maybe not. But a light bar there, you need like 27 would be perfect, but I don't know if they make that size. I know they do 30.
Show me 20 inch, and then center it. 10 would be looking back. Even that would look alright.
Yeah.
That would look cool.
Yeah, but not cut this out.
No, it's still behind it.
There's tabs here.
Yeah, pull the bar off.
Yeah, of course.
Be pretty cool though.
Yeah,
I think there's some. I saw someone.
It would look mad.
or you go the full run, big ones here.
Alright, so to wrap it all up, she's now completely coated. Windows are tinted. We have the genuine Toyota carbon interior inserts that you saw earlier. That I'm disappointed it didn't come with a piece there, but you know, so be it. And now we've also received some genuine weather shields. Now, I thought they'd just be a quick double-sided tape peel and slap on, but doesn't seem to be that way. It's got these special little brackets that look like they go in between the rubber seals and they sort of snag themselves on, and you know, I can't read Japanese instructions, so I'll just have to look into that a bit more, but look, that's for another day. She's looking beautiful now, and she will be ready soon for some modifications, hopefully. We have a track day booked for this Saturday coming at Luddenham. First track day, and first time being at Luddenham, surprisingly, even though it's like half an hour from our house. And in a couple of weeks time we have Wakefield booked as well, so it should be good. Get some testing done when it's standard and see what it can put down, and then we'll modify from there. So thanks for watching, happy days. Let us know what you think and what we should do to the boost. See ya.